Not sure how much I caught on video there. So this is turn 4. Everybody moved. There was no combat, except these guys were able to fire on them as they passed by and inflicted, and I changed that back, they inflicted 4 wounds on them. That's not going to cause them to make any kind of instability check or anything. They came up just short of attacking them. At this point, all of the attacking units are on board. I thought all the defensive units were on board, but I do have 2 more. So I'm just going to roll to see where they come in. One of them is a cavalry unit. 5, it comes in here, and 1 is a levy unit. And with a 4, it comes in here. And I think that levy unit was supposed to come on last turn instead of those cavalry. But these are the mistakes we make. So at this point, we hit kind of a pause on the battlefield, because these units all need to let their fatigue subside. As does this unit, movement, as does this unit, but I didn't mark them, but they also need to let theirs subside. These groups are going to try to get moved up so they can do some arquebus action. These groups are going to try to move around so they can target from the edge of the village. They are going to do an about face, and that's all they can do because they're anticipating an attack. This group is going to try to form up on the hill so they can come down into the rear or the flank of this unit. So the question is, will this unit rest, or will they attack and be attacking it as a lesser unit? So we're going to roll the fudge dice here. That's your plus, and that's your minus, and then the blank. If there's any plus, they attack. Anything else, they will rest. There's a plus, they will attack. And since these 4 can, they will charge. This one will turn and attack them. So first, let's see how many of these units are actually going to be able to move. 7 or better. This group first. Yes. This group. No. This group. No. This group. Yes. This group. No. This group. Yes. This group. Well, they're going to rest, get rid of their movement markers. These guys will get a fatigue, and when they attack, they will attack as medium horse. So since they're being charged, they have to make a morale check. And that's going to be 7 or better. And they don't make it. So they disperse. They panic and disperse. That's 2 units of cavalry gone. But there is a cavalry unit coming on this edge. So, no, I take that back. All our cavalry was on. All we had left was the levy troops, and they're coming on from... No, they were the ones coming on from the edge. That's right. All right. So they see all the cavalry scattering just in time. So this unit is going to continue their charge. We'll adjudicate that in a minute. So this group was going to attempt to move down while this cavalry unit, he's doing a face to attack. So this group is going to move. They're essentially all face that way, so they're right facing. And they'll be able to get a shot off in the missile phase. This group will be able to move up. And so will this group. All right. So now we'll institute the first part of their charge. Their charge is 18. That is actually going to take them right to the edge of the battlefield, but not off. So 9 is going to put them right into there. Now they have to make the morale check. To not flee. And for the levies, they have to roll a 10 or better. And they do. So they're going to take it. Blam. Second part of movement. The first part of movement, this group was facing this way. They were turning to face this way. And so those two groups will hit there. Blam. Head on. Now they would get to fire, but they spent the first half of their turn turning. So they can't get a shot because it's not a good angle, and they're involved in melee. So they're not going to be able to get a shot off this turn. So that's going to bring us to the melee actions. So this is going to be 2 on 2. This is going to be 2 on 2. Now these groups are fatigued. So they're fighting as medium horse. So medium horse versus the levies, which count as heavy foot. They will get 2 dice for each man and hit on a 5+. So 4 dice hitting on 5s. 1 hit here and here. They're going to get 3 hits. So they're knocked down by 3. They're knocked down by 1. Now levies versus medium horse. They fight as heavy foot. So they will get 1 per 3 men. So I'm going to give them 1 die each, and they need a 6. So here, nope. Here, also nope. Very nope. So now we do the morale phase. Here we have 1 casualty times a die roll. It's 3. They have 6. Counting as medium horse now. Times 8 is 48. 48 plus 3 is 51. Armored foot, they have 23 more So that's 23. And then their total of 29 versus a value of 7. That's going to be 203 plus their 23 is 226 compared to 51. That's more than 100 over. So this group surrenders. And this unit will have to detach 2 guards, so they'll go down by 2 more to escort this group off the field. So now this group, we have a loss of 3 times a die roll, times 3, so that's 9. We have 20 troops here to 27 here, so a difference of 6 for them. So this group is plus 3. They are 20 times the value of medium horse is 8. That's 160. So 163 total. And they have 27 times a total of 7 is 168. So 168 to 163 is they are up by 5. But that's not enough to end the melee, so it will continue next turn. And this group will be able to wrap around to the flank. So that is the end of turn 4. Alright, turn 5. This melee will continue. This group will be escorted off. All of these groups will attempt to move and fire on the various groups they have targets on. This group will right face and form up for battle. These 3 groups of bowmen will move from column to line. This group will continue to move up the battlefield. This group will attempt to top the hill. This group and this group. This group is going to try to come down and help out in this combat. These groups are going to try to continue to move on. This group will also try to move up to the hill. So, first let's see how many. Let's see here, they didn't move, so they lose their markers. So first let's see how many of these groups can move. Can they move? 7 or better? Yes. Can they move? Yes. Can they move? No. Can they move? Yes. Can they move? Yes. Can they move? Yes. Can they move? No. Alright. So most of them passed on their ability to move. Alright, let's do... They're going to get about a ½ inch, and then they're going to be able to move a little more than 4 in. And this group for their first half, well, that's their entire move, so let's see, these are all in line, so let's move them appropriately so they're facing one another. This group is going on the line, on the line, on the line. Inches there, and then 4 inches there. See, they couldn't move, so they're all facing in this direction, but they've got troops right on them, so they cannot fire. This group, have they got enough move? Yes, they're 3 back, so they can fire if they have range. They can fire on them. Alright, let's see where this group moves. They can only move 4.5. The escorts can only move 4.5, so they're slowly making their way off the field. Actually, they'll go on this side, stay away from their comrades. And this group, that's 1.5 inches, and then up to 6 inches. Alright, that's their full movement, and they're still facing this way. This will be less than half their move, and then they will be able to turn. And this group can only move 6 inches. All right, movement markers all around. See, they didn't end up moving because they couldn't. They will move. See, they only moved half. The other half of their move will be turning, facing this direction. Let's see, that's theirs, that's theirs, that's theirs. And they are going to move. We just have to move them. All right. So that is everybody that can move. So missile fire. Let's see. Are they 3 inches? They are 3. They're closer than 3, so they cannot fire. This group can't fire because they're faced in the wrong direction. This group can fire on them. This group, I believe, can fire on them if they have the range. Yes, they do. They also have the range. In fact, they're under 12, so they'll be different range band. Oh, they just did an about face, so they need to finish their move. I need to give these guys their markers. Alright, so now we can do missile fire. So again, with the arquebuses, so like I said, I consider these 2 deep. So that's 15, and that's 15. So this group, 15 in the 12, more than 12, but less than 18, they need 5 or better to hit. Let's break out the dice tray for this one. There's nowhere to really put it that you can see it. All right, we know where they are. Just move them. Put their marker there, and then. All right, so 15 shots at them, hitting on 5s or 6s. So there's 5. No hits. There's 10. No hits. 15. 3 hits. So these guys will take 3 hits. Alright, now this group, firing on them, that's less than 12, so they need 4s. 1 hit. 3 more hits. And 5 more shots. That's another hit. That's another hit. So 6 hits from them. So that'll eliminate 1 die worth. Now let's see. These guys may be able to fire because if they have to do a die roll to beat a die roll, but if they're within 21, they can fire on them. They can fire on them. And they can fire on them. So there, and there. But they have to roll a die roll to beat. And they can as well. So they're coming up the hill. They're not able to see them, but they can. Let's see. That's about the halfway point. So yeah, they're on the downhill side, so they can't see. All right, so that'll be it for them. So we'll have them firing on them. So archers and target. That's a tie. They got to beat them, so they can't. So them on them. They can fire, and them on them, they cannot fire. So they will get off a shot against these guys. They have 30 in double ranks. So they gotta break that down into 3 sets of 10 against unarmored. On a 3 to 6, they do 5 per group. If they get a 1 or 2, they will do 4. So 5, 10, 11. No, 5, 10, 14. So they did 14. So a devastating shot, which is going to cause them to make a morale instability check. A morale instability, yes. And since they are peasants, that will be an 8 or better on 2d6. And they don't make it, so they're gone. So now we move to the melee phase. So this group, so they kind of match up, but this group will be able to go around the edge. So we're counting these as 2 deep, so they will actually have 4 on the rear. Well, we'll say 2. We'll say there's 2 on each. And then, let's see here, that's 1 more. So 1, 2 over here, 3 on the rear. So let's put the 3. Like that. And then there'll be 3 from the back, 4 from the flanks, and then it'll be head to head. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. Okay, and they melee twice, so we'll mark that. They're already fatigued, but we'll go ahead and mark it. So we're going to have 1 on each side fighting to the flank, and then 11 across. No, 10 across. So they're going to have a total of 12, counting as medium horse. Medium horse against armored foot, 2 die apiece. No, I'm sorry, heavy foot, 2 die apiece, hitting on 5s. So they're going to get 24 dice. So I've got 12 dice here, looking for 5s. There's 2, there's 3. 3 total. Four, 5. So 5 hits total. Alright, so the heavy foot, the 10 across the front, we're attacking as heavy foot, and then the ones around the edge and the back will be attacking as armored foot. So 6 armored foot and 10 heavy foot. So heavy foot versus medium horse is 1 per 3, and they need 6s. So 3 dice needing a 6. No 6s. And then 6 attacking as armored foot against medium force. They get 1 per 2, so they also get 3 dice, and they need 6s. And they don't give any, so they do not inflict any casualties on them. Alright. So 5 casualties times 4 is 20. The difference between these groups is 7. So 20 for them, 7 for them. That's a difference of 13 in their favor. Well, no, I take that back. That roll was a 4, but it's a morale roll, and they're at -1. There's morale rolls, so it's 3 times 5 is 15. So the difference between the two, between 15 and 7, is 8. So there's a difference of 8 in their favor. So medium horse have a morale value of 8. They have 20, so that's 160. So 167 total difference. And then the heavy foot are a morale 5. I think I may have done that wrong. I think I may have counted them as armored foot last round. But anyway, heavy foot is 5 times 24, 25, 26, 27. Oops, no they're not, because they lost 5. Alright, so we redo that calculation again. So 4 times 5 is 20 for the losses that they generated. And then there is a difference of 2, so that's a difference of 18. And then the medium horse, 8 times 20 is 160. So 160 plus the 15 is 175, minus the 2 is 173. And then these are 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 times 5 is 110. 110 from 175 is 65, which yields a morale result of retreat 1 move, which is going to retreat them off the board. I believe so. Unless for some reason that's not 9. Let's see. Nope, that's more than 9, so they're gone. So here, go ahead and put these back where they were, since I moved the dice tray. And they were not charging because they were engaged melee from last time, and that's probably what should have happened last time, although with a few more they may have stayed in melee anyway. Because here they lost 5, that'd be another 25. So that would have been, I think they rolled less, so I think they still would have had to back off. It wouldn't have been a melee. But I believe that is it for this turn.